So this is the first in my dream diary series because I seem to have a lot of really weird dreams, and I'd really just like to share them with everyone. Really. How do you turn off the sound? Okay, there we go. Anyways, so this is dream diary number 1. And so last night I went to bed at like 1 o'clock after like at a graduation party and stuff. Um, so I fell asleep and I immediately started dreaming because I was exhausted. I was so tired. So this is my whole dream in the sequence that I experienced it. So it was like really late at night in the middle of nowhere. We have like a place near our town it's called Elmira, and it's really just like dark and not ghetto, but it's just in the middle of nowhere. It makes you feel like you're in like a ghost town that you're like scared to be in at night. At night is especially scary. So I was obviously dreaming that, you know, it was at night and it was really, really like freaky. And me and one of my very good friends were walking out to our car. For some reason we were wearing like clubbing-ish clothes. But anyways, we were just walking to the car, and then some guy rides past us on a bike, and he's got a gun. And I was just like, that's so weird. We need to get the hell out of here right now. And then, so we get like in the car. My car has manual locks, so I can't like just push a button and then all the doors unlock. It's manual lock, so you have to unlock one door and then unlock the other door. So I unlock my door, get in really fast, and then go to unlock my friend's door, and she's standing there like frozen in fear, just like staring at me, and I'm like, "What's wrong? What are you doing?" And then she's just like looking at me like terrified, and I'm just like, "What's happening?" And then I look to my left. This is my left. I look to my left, and there's a guy standing there, and he's just like, "Get out of the car and give me your stuff." And I get out of the car, and I'm just like, "Oh God, I'm gonna die! Oh God, I'm gonna die!" And then something happened, and the two guys got distracted, and we ended up getting away. But we drove down this road, and when we were driving down this road, I was just like speeding down this road. We ended up like at this place where like the car broke down and we had to walk, and it was like an obstacle course. But it wasn't like a regular obstacle course. It had like totally turned into day, into winter. It was like, it reminded me of a land from like Mario Kart or something, like some winter land from Mario. And I was like, what is happening? And so I don't really remember a lot of what happened like in the actual obstacle course itself. So I remember at the end I didn't have my friend with me anymore. It was just me. And at the end I encountered a house by the beach. And at the house there were people running away and screaming, like they were like stumble running, like they wanted to just get away as fast as possible, and they were just screaming, "Don't go in there, don't go in there, you won't come out." And I was like, whatever, I don't really care. Like, you know, I'll be fine. But I go into this place, and I'm just like, what is going on? And then I end up going in, and I'm walking around, and I'm just like, this is really freaky. Like, it wasn't like an abnormal house or anything. It was just like a regular, like, it reminded me of a beach house. And I was just like, well, this is weird. So I end up going like through the house, and then once I get to the end of the house, I'm back at the obstacle course. I went through this stage for about 4 different times. I would go through the obstacle course thinking that there was something different at the end, but it was always the same thing. It was always the house. And then I did that about 3 or 4 times. And then finally when I was done, when I like got to I was like, oh, I'm so mad. I got into the house. I was like, I don't even care about it at this point. I'm just going to keep going until I find something different. And so I ended up going into the house, and when I walked through the house, at the end of it, it was the entrance to my house that I currently live in. And I was like, oh, cool, yeah, I'm going to go home now. And so I walk into the house, and and all my like cousins and stuff are like standing in our kitchen, and the dog is running around, and my dad's on the computer, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is fine, this is fine. And then all of a sudden, I see like someone like start banging on the door, and it was this girl. She was blonde and she had little pigtails. She looked like an anime character. Like her face was kind of like an anime character. It was really scary and weird. And I was just like, what is happening? And she had a gun. And I was like, oh my god, we are going to die. And so I wrangled all the kids into my sister's bedroom, which is right behind me. And then she's still like running around, like the girl outside is still banging on the door, screaming, let me in, let me in, let me in, let me in. Like she's just like thrashing around, like doing this with her fists. I don't know what this means. I don't know what action that is with your fists. But she kept doing that. And it was really like freaking me out. I was like, oh god, we're gonna die. Because this freaking crazy girl is, you know, just running around here. And so I get like, I have a message on my phone from one of my friend's parents. And she was like, call me when you get this. There's a girl from the middle school on the loose. She has a gun. And I was like, oh god, we're going to die now. We are going to die. A hormonal middle school girl, we're going to die. And so I run to go tell my dad, who's still on the computer. He has no idea that this girl is banging on the door, like, wanting to get in so she can kill us. And he's just, like, chilling there on the computer. And I'm like, really, Dad? Really? Seriously? My dad would never do that. My dad would be like, let's go kick some butt. And so I end up getting out of the kids' room, the room where all the kids were, and I slam the door with my back, and I lean, and I'm like, ow, and I lean against the door, and then we have cupboards in, like, right across from my sister's bedroom, and all the cupboards, like, shift open like that, like they, like, accordion opened, kind of, accordion-style opened-closed thing. And they did that, and then I was like, what is happening? And it was, like, dark, and then something like starts like limping out, and it was a guy about 6'4" in a rabbit costume, but not in the traditional sense like a rabbit costume, like an Easter Bunny costume. It was like the crazy rabbit from Alice in Wonderland, and he was like limping and like just looking at me like, and I was like, oh god, I'm gonna die, and I was like sitting there freaking out, and he had like the big like rabbit butt thing that sometimes, like, he looked exactly like the rabbit from Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. Tim Burton's version of Alice in Wonderland. It was dead on just like him. I don't know why my freaking webcam can't keep up. Anyways, so he's like sitting there like limping towards me like a zombie, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die right now. Seriously, like, I was so terrified. I was so scared. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. And then I realized, wait, this is a dream! Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up! Like, I was trying to wake myself up, and I was like blinking a lot and blinking a lot and blinking a lot, because I was like, okay, if I keep blinking, maybe my eyes will just open. And so I just keep blinking, and then I open my eyes, and I'm like, like, I woke up, and I was like, it better be like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I better have been like sleeping forever. It had only been an hour and a half. I went to bed at about 1:30, and I woke up at like 3 o'clock because I was having this like terrible nightmare, and it was so scary. So if anybody has like any idea of how to interpret that, I say you, by all means, do it, because I really need some help with this, because I was like 3 in the morning sitting there in my bed. I had to pee really bad, so I was like, oh, I don't want to get up, I'm too scared. So I ended up just like staying in my bed, and I was like, you know what, I don't even care at this point, I just want to go back to sleep. But yeah, that was my dream diary. I'll probably make a lot of these, because I remember a lot of my weird dreams. So yeah, there's that. So okay, thank you for listening to my 10-minute talk about my dream. Anyways, so comment and tell me what you think my dream was about. And if you think I'm crazy, I'm sorry. If I weirded you out because of this, I am very, very sorry, and I apologize sincerely. because it's always like I always have weird dreams like that, and I never know how to really interpret them. So now that I'm telling something, I'm telling it in the sequence that it happened instead of just like searching little symbols from the dreams, like main symbols from the dreams. I feel like that's it's a lot easier to hear it like in sequence than it is to just research random little snippets of it, because I can't really find somewhere that you know, like you can type in your whole story of your dream and it'll just tell you, oh, this is what it means. So yeah, so if anybody has any dream experience, I would love, love, love to hear anything about it. I really would. So yeah, that was it. Thanks for watching my almost 11-minute thing now. I'm going to go and watch Misfits and documentaries and read books. And yeah, that's pretty much all that there is. So thank you for watching, and bye!